my name is Catherine and welcome to today's movement and breath class. So today we're going to look at various poses to work shoulders, hips, knees, ankles, a little bit of everything, working on strength and then stretching. So the only props that you're going to need for today's class are a stable chair, of course, and a couple blocks. If you don't have a block, you can use a stool or even stack a couple pillows, something that just raises, it'll be your leg, it raises your leg a little bit higher than floor level, but shorter than chair level. So I'll explain further when we get to that portion of the class, but just something that's a little bit higher than the floor. So to get started, seated in a chair, sitting a little bit forward in the chair, knees are bent, feet are flat on the floor. So we sit forward, so we're not using the back of the chair for support, which helps us sit a little bit taller, straightens the spine, and opens up the airways. So you can close your eyes at this point if you're comfortable doing so. We start every class just with a little check-in, see how we're feeling today. You can rest your arms, letting them hang completely down at your sides towards the floor, or rest them gently in your lap. Palms up, palms down, that's up to you. Just keeping the shoulders nice and relaxed, elbows are bent. Starting with a few big breaths, so breathing in deeply, and a full exhale. One more time, breathing in a little bit slower, but fuller. And exhaling all the way out, open mouth. Exhaling as far as you can. Returning to your normal breath, but keeping your eyes closed. We'll just do a gentle scan, starting at the feet, working up through the ankles, towards your knees. Just moving through the body, checking in and seeing how you're feeling today. Moving through the hips, belly, chest, shoulders, up through the neck, all the way up to the top of your head. Noticing areas of tension, which can be just about anywhere, but commonly in the jaw, in your shoulders, lower back, abdomen, hips. Tension can settle anywhere. So just noticing if there's any points for you that are sensitive or achy or feeling a little tired than usual. And we're connecting the mind to the breath, creating that the breath as a focal point or an anchor. So it's very natural for the mind to wander once we're sitting still. But the practice that we do throughout the class is noticing first when our mind starts to wander. And when it does, bringing our focus back to the breath. Noticing where our mind has wandered, what we're thinking about. Could be activities or events earlier in the day, or from yesterday or sometime this week. Just noticing where your mind goes and giving yourself permission to just put the pause button on those thoughts. Just put them to the side. There'll be time for them later. And just reconnect to the breath. So anchoring your mind not only to the breath, but to the present moment. And how we anchor to the breath is by observing. Observing sensations around the inhale and exhale. So maybe noticing the temperature of the air as you breathe in through your nose. The air will be warmer as you exhale. And then noticing physical sensations of breathing. So how your chest and shoulders move, rise and fall as you breathe in, as your chest expands, feeling your ribs move out to the front, out to the sides, maybe in the back of the chest. And then noticing the sensations as you exhale, as you breathe out, and the chest settles back down. Shoulders settle back down. And seeing if you can let your body soften and relax with each exhale. And then bringing your awareness to your belly. Seeing if you're holding it tight. And if you are, letting it relax. The more we can let the belly relax and soften, the more space we create for the belly, for the organs, and ultimately we create space to facilitate breathing. Gently letting your chin drop towards your chest. Stretching out the muscles at the back of your neck, top of your shoulder. You might even feel it into the upper mid-back. You're welcome to keep your eyes closed here or open them as we lift the chin up towards the ceiling. So we're looking for a feeling more of stretching through the front of the neck versus just cranking the neck back or the head back. We're stretching out the front. And that feeling will change whether your teeth, upper and lower jaw, are together, or if you create space between the upper and lower jaw. So just moving back and forth, clenching teeth, and then letting them relax. Dropping the chin one more time down towards your chest. Really seeing if you can let your shoulders relax as much as possible. Lifting the chin one more time up towards the ceiling. and then back to center. Tipping the left ear over towards your left shoulder. Just holding here for a breath. And then bringing, still holding here, but bringing a little tiny bit of movement. So dropping the chin slightly towards the front and tilting back. So just moving back and forth. Small movement. If this doesn't feel good at all, don't do it. Just hold still. If it feels all right and you're moving your head slightly back and forth, just seeing how that changes the sensation in the side of the neck, creates a little bit more stretch in different areas, and checking if there are some sticky spots or more sensitive spots. Taking a big breath in and exhaling out. Taking the left hand to the side of your head, pushing your head gently back up to center. We were there for a few moments, so we'll just help the head back up and then tilting over to the other side. So right shoulder towards your right ear. Just holding here to start. And pure observation, just notice if there's any difference between the left side and the right side. You might have one side of your neck that's a little bit tighter. If it feels all right to do so, you can start bringing a little bit of movement to the head, just tilting front to back. Breathing in a little bit deeper. And exhaling out as slowly as you can. Using the right hand to help lift your head back up to center. Then bringing in any movement that just feels natural. Could be shoulder circles, it could be just moving your head from side to side or front to back. Anything that feels good at this point after we did those head tilts. And then holding still. We're letting the arms hang down to the sides, down towards the floor. Letting your shoulders relax, feel nice and soft, heavy, and your fingers point down towards the floor. Fingers are spread wide. We're turning the thumbs first towards your legs. So the tops of your hands are facing me. Then if it's comfortable, bringing a little bit more rotation, turning your thumbs towards the back of the room. Without forcing it, just going as far as your shoulders will allow. So the tops of your hands are facing your legs, palms more or less out to the sides. Then we're going in the opposite direction, so rotating the thumbs, leading with the thumbs towards your legs, towards the front of the room, and then out to the sides. So your palms now are facing towards the front of the room. And if you have a little bit more rotation, turning your thumbs out to the sides as far as they will comfortably go. Then rotating the hands, leading with the thumbs towards the legs again, towards the back of the room, maybe a little bit further. And one more time, rotating toward your palms towards the front of the room and thumbs out to the sides. Rotating the thumbs back, going only as far until your thumbs touch either side of your legs, so touching your hips. Tops of the hands are facing me. Fingers spread wide, we're lifting the arms up and out to the sides. We're going more or less halfway. Should feel like you can't really go much further with your thumbs pointed down towards the floor. And we're going to do that same movement that we did before, rotating the hands so the thumbs are up towards the ceiling. And then continue further up, reaching your arms up high. Arms come back down to the sides. Rotate the thumbs, hands down towards the floor. And lower your arms. We'll do that a couple times. Lifting arms up, thumbs down, fingers spread wide. Rotate, palms forward, thumbs up. Lifting the arms high. Arms back down to the sides, holding here. Big breath in. And exhaling out. Another big breath in, expanding the chest, front, sides, and back. Exhaling out through the mouth. Rotate the hands, thumbs down to the floor, and lower your arms. Lifting the arms out to the sides. Rotate, hands towards the front, thumbs up. Lifting the arms high. Holding here, big breath in. Exhaling out. Lower the arms halfway. Hold here. Breathing in a little bit deeper. Exhaling out. And lower your arms back down. Shake it out. Lots of work in the shoulders here. Probably getting a little bit warmer. Just swinging your arms front to back. Keeping the arms nice and loose. Shoulders nice and relaxed. And then holding the arms still. Bring the arms straight out in front of you. So arms are straight, fingers are up towards the ceiling. Keeping the shoulders relaxed, arms are straight. We're pushing forward, so leading from the shoulder, pushing that left hand further than the right. And then pulling that shoulder back The arms stay straight. So pulling the shoulder back, pushing the left hand forward. Reaching as far as you can. So we're stretching out the top of the shoulder, back of the arm, and then pulling that shoulder back. Same thing on the other side. So we're pushing the right hand forward, reaching as far as we can with the palm of the hand. So we're reaching, pulling back, straight arm. So pulling back with that shoulder, reaching forward, and then back to center. Doing the same thing with both hands now. We're reaching as far as we can, and then pulling the shoulders back. Reaching, pushing the palms forward, and pulling them back. Shake out your arms. Placing both hands on your thighs. So right hand stays right where it is. Left hand reaching up towards the ceiling. You're going to sweep the arm back behind you, grabbing onto the chair wherever your hand lands, so it can be top, middle, or even back, like the back of your seat. So we're twisting through the upper body here. And since this is a thoracic twist and not necessarily a neck twist, where you look could be front to the side or to the back, that's your choice. Whatever feels right. Sweeping that back arm up and over and back to the front. So we'll do the same thing on this side. Right hand reaching up, back behind you, hanging onto the chair. Looking wherever it's comfortable. Sweeping that back arm up towards the front and letting the hands settle back. Dropping your chin now towards your chest, we're moving into cat pose. So we're rounding the spine. Dropping the chin, rounding the shoulders, making a nice C shape with the shoulder, with the spine. Even tucking the pelvis. If this feels good enough for you, you can stay right here. If you'd like to round a little bit further, sliding your hands down your shins towards your feet. Then reversing that motion, sliding your hands up your shins, rolling all the way back up to neutral. We'll do that again, dropping the chin, rounding the shoulders, rounding the spine, all the way down to the lower back, sliding your hands down your shins. Reverse, sliding the hands back up, slowly unfolding, uncurling, unfurling back to center. Now we'll move into some of the strengthening movements for the legs here. Starting with resettling in your chair. If you've moved a little bit, you could always hang on to the sides of your chair, or if you have a wall or a table, anything to hang on to for support if you feel like you need a little bit of extra something to help with your balance. So knees or legs are about hip width apart, being hip bones, not the sides of your hips, but your hip bones. Feet are flat on the floor, knees are bent. We'll start with pedaling the feet, so lifting one heel and then the other. Just starting out slowly to begin. Trying to lift your heel straight up and not letting it tip out to the side. So you don't have to lift your heel very high. If you're just starting out, if your feet are sensitive, just do a slight lift and lower, slight lift and lower, and work up to lifting towards the ball of the foot. So lifting the foot straight up, not letting the ankle tilt out to the side. Then we're going to go a little bit faster. So as one's lifting and just starting to lower, the other one lifts. So we're going a little bit faster, pedaling the feet, lifting one, lifting the other, back and forth. You can go faster than me, or if it's not comfortable to go this speed, go your own speed. And then bring both heels up, coming up onto the balls of the feet. Holding here. And then lower both heels down. We're going to move into foot slides. So the right leg is going to stay right where it is. Foot's planted on the floor. We're sliding the left foot out straight in front of you. Foot down, toes down, pointing them forward. And then sliding that foot back. Slide the right forward. And slide it back. Slide the left foot forward, point the toes, and slide it back. Slide that foot forward, and slide it back. Now we're going to add a little bit. So sliding the left foot forward, anchor the ball of the foot on the floor, and pull your toes up to the ceiling. Lower the foot down, pull it back, same thing, other side. So sliding the right foot forward, anchor the heel on the floor, tilt your toes up, and lower that foot down. Slide your heel back. Again, we're going to add a little bit more. So sliding the left foot forward, pull the toes up towards the ceiling. Stay here, or if you want to add a little bit, lift that foot off the floor. Point your toes. Flex the foot, so toes back up to the ceiling. Lower that heel down. Foot flat on the floor, point the toes again, and pull that foot back. Other side. So right foot forward, flex the foot, toes up. Lift that foot up, point your toes, flex. Lower the heel down, point your toes, slide it back. We'll do it again. Sliding the left foot forward, pulling the toes up, cover the foot. It could be here, 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 doesn't matter how high you go. This is the second time around, so legs probably shaking quite a bit. We're building strength here in the legs and hips. Lower that heel down, point the toes, slide it back. Point, flex, lifting the right leg, point and flex again, flexing the foot, drop your heel, point the foot, slide it back. Last strengthening move, similar to what we just did. However, we're just going to do the slide forward. You have the option here, if your leg is shaking quite a bit, keep your heel on the floor. If you can, lift the foot if it's accessible. If not, like I said, just keep your heel on the floor. We're going to do a pangram. So a pangram where we are writing letters with our feet. So the pangram is the quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog. We're going to split that up. Half the sentence on this leg, and the other half of the sentence on the right leg. So left leg to start, I do the letter T with my foot, the letter H, the letter E, and you continue on at your own pace. Q, U, so we're doing the quick brown fox. Likely feeling the legs shaking like crazy. Building really great strength in the leg. Brown, and then fox, and the ankle. Ankle mobility is phenomenal here. Lower that leg down when you're finished writing out the quick brown fox with the right leg, then stretching, or sorry, the left leg, stretching the right leg out. Lifting that leg. Now we're doing, or keeping the heel down and doing the letters with your heel down. Your choice. Quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog. So jumped, J-U-M. Might notice the difference between one leg and the other. One is stronger than the other, or shaky. It's a little challenging to do the letter Z. Dog. Woohoo! All right. Placing that foot down, taking a moment if you're still working on your words. And just pedaling out the feet, joining in when you're ready. Shaking it out. Really great work, like I said, for the building strength in the legs and mobility in the ankles. So we've finished with the strength portion. We'll move to the stretching portion of the class. Same movement that we did, just a different goal. So stretching out straight leg with the left leg, pulling the toes up towards the ceiling. So we're stretching out the back of the leg now, just holding still. If this is a good enough stretch for you, stay right here. If you want to increase a little bit, we're hinging at the waist, leaning forward, keeping the back straight. Increasing the stretch in the back of your leg. So only going as far as comfortable. You feel the stretch, but it shouldn't be painful. Still breathing, not holding your breath through the stretch. Lifting the chest back up. Bring that leg in, stretching out. Pointing the toes first to start with the right leg, then pulling the toes up. Again, differences between the two legs. This might be great. If it is, just hold here. If you want to hinge forward. And increase the stretch. This will be dependent on your activities of the day, of the week. and certainly modified by injury. So listen to your body, what feels right. Sitting back up, foot comes down and back. Now the last one, figure 4, I will demo for you. This is a hip stretch, the outside of the hip. So you're going to absolutely listen to your body. I'm going to give you different options. See which one feels right for you. It's just different variations of the exact same movement. So you can experiment with the different options, see which one works for you. So what we're looking for, like I said, the outside of the hip, we're stretching that. So straight-ish, you can keep it, well, it's a bit easier if you keep your knee bent. And then letting that knee drop out to the side. So we've now tilted over to the outside of the left foot. This might be good. So you could hold here. If you're not exactly feeling anything or not getting a stretch and you want to increase it a little bit, this is when we take blocks standing up on their highest level. If you have one, it still works. You don't need to have two. I just stacked 2 side by side. All we're doing is increasing the height of the leg or bringing the floor closer. So exact same movement that we just did, tilting the knee out, but placing the foot on top of the block. So this will be a bit of a bigger stretch on the outside of the hip. This might feel great for you. On the floor might feel great. So you choose which one works for you. Another option is taking your shin, placing your ankle on top of your thigh. See how that feels. If it's a no-go and it doesn't feel good, on top of the block or on the floor. They're all the same movement, same external rotation of that left hip. Just see which one feels better. And then you have the option as well, like we did with the hamstrings, of hinging at the waist and tilting forward. And see what your body says. There are many, many, many different options for this pose. Taking a big breath in, so we're holding here, breathing in deeply, and exhaling out. And then lifting the chest back up. We'll do that same exercise on the other side, so moving the blocks a little bit over to the right. Because there are such big differences often between the 2 legs, we have a dominant leg, or we have one that's tighter than the other, again, based on activity or different things that we've been doing. It's very, very common to have a difference from one side to the other. So what worked on this side may very well be different on this side, or it might be the same. You're just going to experiment, play around with this, tilting the right knee out to the side. See how that feels. Or lift it up. See how that feels. Or grabbing the shin, placing it on top of the other leg, and doing figure 4 this way. and see which one works. I'm going to add in, hinging forward, or keep the back straight. So many options. Just play around and see which one works for you. We're holding here, breathing in deeply, expanding the chest, and then exhaling out, relaxing into the pose as much as you can. So we're working, but relaxed at the same time. Lifting back up if you were hinged forward, placing that foot back down on the floor, just moving the blocks out of the way. So replacing your feet about hip width apart. Then we're going to sit back in our chairs. And now for the final portion of the class, for the final Shavasana, just relax into the back of the chair. If sitting all the way back like me, if you have shorter legs, you can bring the blocks in front of you. Now that I'm sitting back, my feet aren't flat on the floor any longer, so I'll use the blocks. Letting your arms and shoulders hang nice and relaxed. Closing your eyes, placing your hands wherever it's comfortable. They could be interlaced in your lap, or palms down, palms up in your lap. Whatever is most comfortable. Keeping the eyes closed, dropping your chin a little bit towards your chest. Very small movement, just letting the neck relax. So visualizing the rib cage like an umbrella. So as you breathe in and the umbrella opens up, the ribs open up to the front, to the sides, and to the back. And as you breathe out, the umbrella closes back down. The ribs and the chest lower down, letting everything soften. Breathing in, expanding, opening up the umbrella. So you feel an increased pressure in your back as your ribs push against the back of the chair. Exhaling out. Letting the ribs soften back down. Breathing in a normal breath or normal length. But on the exhale, extending it a little bit longer than you normally would. And again, breathing in with an extended exhale. Again, breathing in. This time extending the exhale as long as you can, emptying all of the air out of your lungs. You'll feel your abdomen get very tight as you're releasing all of the air, engaging the core. Then returning to your normal breath, normal inhale, and a normal exhale. Whatever that pattern is for you. Placing one hand on top of the other on your chest. Feeling the movement of your chest as you breathe in and out. And then gently opening your eyes. Gratitude to you. Thank you for joining me for today's movement and breath class. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time.